Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. We are here on Wealth Wednesday with a wealth of wisdom from this gorgeous beauty over here. Nealy Fischer is a founder of Flexible Chef. She's an author. Your book comes out. Your pre-orders come out today. You're a yoga teacher, mother, wife. Wow, you got it all.
Wellness entrepreneur.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Where did this journey begin for you?
You know, I think it began when I was a little girl who could barely reach my mother's countertops, fascinated with food, fascinated with health and how I could kind of transform some of her delectable dishes into things that felt a little bit better in my stomach, and later evolved into the fitness world and started teaching in various capacities, found yoga later on, been teaching yoga for close to 2 decades, and sort of infused my love of health with my love of food, a bit about motherhood and, you know, the kind of path that we're all juggling every day to stay sane and happy, and yeah.
But you live where in Hong Kong right now?
We live in Hong Kong. We're spending some time in Israel this year, so we're a little bit everywhere.
So what's that like? Because people might look at you have a beautiful Instagram, and people are probably like, wow, it's like so glamorous. Is it challenging? Is it? What's your life like? I mean, tell us a little bit of a glimpse.
Have you ever seen my stories?
I have
my stories. I'm not glamorous. I have my glasses on with no makeup every day. It's really about it's really about finding that. You know, I talk about. It's not so much about balance. It's more about counterbalancing.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
And you know, sometimes we splurge on one thing and then we have to kind of cut back the next day, or you know, spend a lot of time with my kids and pick them up every day and then come to LA and you know, get to work out on my own as much as I want for a week, you know, and we kind of play with those extremes until we find that middle. So sometimes it's glammed up and sometimes it's like in PJs, you know?
Well, it's such a beautiful thing about you and your brand is that you're ditching the perfection, especially the perfection in the kitchen, right? So could you share with us some kind of tips, tricks, and hacks for that?
Absolutely. So I love beautiful things, and I think food tastes more beautiful. Tastes more beautiful when it's beautiful.
I mean, that is beautiful.
It's a new sense. Just
oh wow, look at that.
Wow.
That salad makes my kids eat salad because, well, they're starving before they eat it. So I basically make sure that they have nothing in their bellies. But you know, it has to like taste delicious.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
That's great. How did this all start, though? Like, how did you merge yoga with food?
You know, that's a really good question. When I was teaching yoga, and I also taught a lot of women empowerment classes and pre- and postnatal stuff, I realized at the time, and this is like a long time ago, 15 or so plus years ago, and there wasn't really the connection between what you eat and how you move.
Right.
And it was always a part of my life. Nutrition was always an interesting component, and I would host these events, and there was always a food component. I do these candlelight yoga classes in my living room with 50 people with a DJ and wine and food. And I mean, they liked the yoga, I mean, because it was great.
Yeah.
But they were like, we would come back just for the food. And I was like, oh, wait. And it was the kind of food that like didn't make you feel heavy afterwards, and you weren't bloated, and you could maybe even do a handstand after you ate because you weren't so full. And so I realized that there was an opportunity to really get this food in front of people, because it really is, my book is called The Food You Want for the Life You Crave. And it's really the kind of food we want to eat to look good, to feel good, to have energy, to be vibrant.
And it's easy. It's not, you don't overthink it. It's not too difficult. You don't have to be a famous chef to like do it.
Yeah.
Right. And speaking of, what did you say, ditching perfection in the kitchen?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it's not hyper complicated. It's something that you can do. I do lots of cheats and hacks, like recycling leftovers and using boxed cake mixes. And like,
oh, I can't believe you do that.
I always do it. Don't tell anyone that's come to my house.
Has anyone ever made a cake that's not in a bar? Don't know how to do that.
But I jazz them up with things, so you fake your way. Because they're like, oh my God, I love this. Could I have the recipe? And I'm like, I'll get back to you about that. You know?
Do you make soups from scratch? Because that's when you know. Or are there any hacks?
Actually, so easy. Soups are probably the easiest thing to make.
I mean, do you use like packaged soup and then you throw it all in, or like how do you?
Clearly, it's how you do it. Chefs right now.
She's like, no, but I could do that.
I don't love using powder. I'm kind of careful about adding.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, that would be a hack for.
But actually, if you fry onions for a really long time, they just
everything tastes good when you fry onions, right?
Yes, exactly. Just go fry onions, you'll be fine.
So tell us about your book. Tell us what they can expect.
Yeah, so it's basically my goal is that you flip through all the recipes and you just want to make every single one of them, which is the feedback I've gotten so far. It's a combination of all the food, including desserts and stuff. There's no gluten. I don't really market it as gluten-free, but because I really prefer a fad-free approach, which is just eat really good food, eat 90% clean most of the time, splurge on occasion, enjoy your life.
So I'm more interested in the events. Are you still doing those in your living room? The events, the DJ?
I mean, it was wine, yoga, and food. How great is that?
Yeah, right. I know. We'll be bringing that back.
Okay, good.
Well, next time I'm on the show, I'll tell you all about that. Yeah, but the book, the thing that differentiates the book is that every recipe has a section called Nail This and Flip It. So I give you like the quick strategy to success. Like, don't overbreak this banana bread because no matter how great the recipe is, if it's dry, it's a bad dry banana bread, or things like that.
You add an extra banana though to your banana bread.
I do, and
I know you do. I saw your video.
Yeah.
But
lots of banana.
How did you add an extra banana to an already made banana bread?
No, I mean I add it to the batter. It's just very.
I thought you were saying. I thought it was phenomenal. I was watching your video, and I thought, oh my God, she's amazing. I thought you took old dried up banana bread and like reinvented it. I thought, oh wow, I got to do that. Wow. I would have been at home mushing up old banana bread, putting in a banana. That's what I would have done. I was like, well, she did it.
Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious.
She's done it.
Wait, I do make parfaits. Like if the banana bread.
That's what it was.
That's a good one.
Speaking of ditching perfection, like. You know, the perfect banana bread doesn't always rise. So if it flops, I chop it up. I throw some fresh bananas on top with some coconut cream or yogurt or whatever.
Ooh, that's good.
Is that how you flipped it then?
That's a flip. That's what I mean by a flip.
That's
it's like
good,
you
yeah.
recycle something, make something new. Yeah.
Or if you totally just completely dry it out, cook it too much, then you make it into the frapple.
Correct,
whatever,
the frappled. I like that. That's a good word.
So I'm considering you to be a wellness visionary. What is your vision for your brand and your company?
I mean, my personal vision is to inspire people everywhere to live a healthy, awesome life.
Nice.
With all the limitations with all the reality that invokes. The concept of chef in my brand is really about inspiring people to be chefs beyond the kitchen, somebody who understands how to navigate the basic rules and recipes of life, whether it's the latest diet trend, the menu at the restaurant, the bombardment of information that comes our way. You guys must know all about this because you cover it, right? There's always a new thing. And how can we become less like cooks that just follow the rules and more like chefs that are empowered with our lives and know how to say, that's a really interesting idea. Doesn't work for me, or maybe it does. Let me test it. Let me use my laboratory. Let me use my life as a laboratory through which I can conduct that experiment, and that's empowerment to me.
Love that,
This conversation is bringing out the chef in me. I can pre-order your book today, so tell everyone where they can do that.
Everywhere, where all books are sold, online, Amazon. If you go to theflexiblechef.com, on my website, there's a very obvious tab. It's featured on the homepage, but you can click on cookbook and it'll give you all the information on where to buy it. So go get 10 copies, and then we could be a bestseller.
And tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at The Flexible Chef, and on Facebook, Flexible Chef without the. And that's it.
There you go.
Very nice.
Be a chef of your life. Stay tuned. We will be right back.